What is going down in Groovetown Interneters? I'm TheSamMarsden. Today I'm coming back with Minecraft tutorials. Now today I do feel a little bit bunged up, I may be coming down with the cold, but let's get on with it anyway. So, last time we worked on the castle, doing the gates, the walls and the keep there, so there's a few little extra bits. Since then I've put in little things to stop it, that little bugger getting on the roof, and yeah, just put a few new things in. Now since the last update, thankfully fence textures have been fixed, but that's not why we're here. We're not here to admire the fence textures, no matter how awesome they are. I mean, come on, look how awesome that is. No, we are here to work on the manor house. Now, here are the items that I will likely be using. Again, just like usual, these aren't all guaranteed to be used, but are likely to be used. And then we've got the decoration stuff. So, I don't know why I just closed that menu. I'm going to start in the corners. We're going to bring this up 2 blocks, I think it is. Yeah, 2 blocks. Now you don't have to do it in that bit, but I'm just going to do it that way, just to, you know, in case you've not done it like I have and built it into the walls. Next step is we want to do that, just, you know, some stone brick next to it, and some bordering where the door's going to be, and we're going to fill up these, make them windows. Let's just get the basic framework done. Now, these ones you might not necessarily want to fill in as windows, in which case fill them in as planks. The reason you might not want to do those as windows is because there's stairs in the way. That's just how I'm doing it. Oh. But we are going to fill that in with glass, so we've got some big open windows to let in loads of light onto what will be the lower level of the manor house. Now on this bit, we want to basically top it all off with some stone brick, except in those corners. And I'll just put some logs in there. And we will put some up there, because, you know, one doorway, don't we? So that's the lower floor. It's a really simple wall design. Some of it looks a bit ramshackle, but if you want to sort of smarten up, maybe you could put in some paintings there, maybe some item frames. Or, hey, maybe you think something like chiseled stone brick would look better in it. Something like that. Which actually doesn't look too bad, I might do that. I don't know why I second guess myself in this way. I suppose, you know, some great discoveries are made by accident. Not that I'm the first to notice that chiseled stone bricks work well with, you know, regular stone bricks. So yeah. Now, this next bit can be a bit trickier, because obviously we've got this bit is obviously where the next floor is going to go. So I suppose we can start by simply just filling that in. You can use anything you want for the floor. I'm just using plain old oak wood planks, because it's part and parcel of the theme of this city, because, well, I say city, village, that, you know, I used a lot of wood in these builds, and oak is undoubtedly one of the most common, unless you count like the thatch roofing design, where I use birch wood. Nope. Sugar. Right. Got that there. Sorry. Something stuck in my throat. I'm gonna wanna put some in there. You know, just because. That's where the doors are gonna be. So I wanna smarten it up a bit. And like with the first floor, I wanna, except in the corners obviously, because we've already got the beams going up. Wanna just bring it around like so. And maybe this time you want a big window here, and on this side. Just to mix it up a little bit. yeah, maybe Lord will stand up here and look out over the, well, barely look out over the courtyard. I mean, maybe we could put a balcony in here. Might be a good idea. I mean, it sounds alright, that, doesn't it? Have a nice little balcony. And, yeah. Just fill in wherever. Oh, that might not look brilliant from the inside, so we might change that later on. In fact, no, we'll change that now. Can always modify it later if I don't like it. If you're unsure of something, just do it, because you can always change it later. It's one thing I've learnt while doing builds. It's like, not sure if you've seen me video with me desert build. I'll put a little thumbnail so you can click on it if you haven't seen it. It's a pretty epic build, and a lot of that was trial and error trying to get that to work. Going off topic, let's put some more big windows up here. More windows. And again, the same little pattern with chiseled stone. Now, the only problem with chiseled stone is you can overdo it, so maybe you want to do something else, like, I don't know, maybe for some reason you want to put cobblestone in there, because cobblestone looks good with stone brick when it's sort of worked into it. And there's nowhere really here I can show you. Well, I suppose the walkway. Same with smooth stone. Just little things like that. No. Just make that look a bit more structurally safe. So yeah. The Lord's got a little balcony to walk out on. Doesn't look half bad, that. Looks okay. Okay, so, and again, like on the bottom floor, we just want to go over the top. Not over the top of like stone brick or anything, if you get where I was going with that. So, yeah, it's a bad joke. Like most of my jokes. They are absolutely horrible and should never see the light of day. Ever. Now, I'm unsure whether I want to make these into like sort of pointed arched style windows, so I'm leaving them sort of blank for the time being. But at this point, I'm going to start work on the point of the roof, or the peak, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the technical term is. I'm not an architect. I'm sure if you're an architect or have an interest in it, you'll be able to put the correct term in the comments area below. Or maybe you're just curious and go and Google it, but don't use Wikipedia. It's really inaccurate, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So yeah, don't look too bad. It could look better. I mean, maybe just because you're not going to see the top of these or the side of these because there's going to be a roof over them. So it's just a little something to smarten it up on the outside. Now for the roof, we're going to go a bit different. We're going to use actual bricks because it's quite a sort of a rich red. And normally for sort of important looking buildings I would use nether brick. However, we have used quite a bit of nether brick on roofs in the actual village itself. So it's kind of problematic that, you know, someone who's this rich, they'd want something a bit unique. I'm just gonna bring this out like we usually do with roofs. See, I'm trying to think of things to talk about, but there's not really a huge amount to discuss. I'm still planning to do a Q&A at some point in the future. Hopefully in the not too distant future. Not sure of any new series. Halo 4 Sam and Donald's at a bit of a standstill at the moment, mainly because, you know, Donald's playing GTA at the moment, the new one, GTA 5. I'm not playing it. It's not my kind of game. I'm a RPG style person, or a sci-fi. I was going to do a sort of a campaign let's play for the original Medieval Total War Viking Invasion expansion pack, because it is an amazing game. The only problem is well, it runs on my laptop, it's just got a habit of crashing. I mean, I've tried everything from changing the resolution to, well, actually that is about it. That's about all I could do, really. About all I know how to do. I'm not an IT whiz. So that idea's more or less gone out the window until such time as I can afford a more beefy, a bit more of a powerful machine. So yeah, it's done the roof, just upside down stairs on the inside, because it makes it look so much nicer. And obviously, as you saw that, I did upside down brick there. I mean, maybe I should do a full block there. Actually, yeah, that looks better. And maybe just to make it look a bit more interesting on the end, do something like this, just to sort of draw attention for the way that it's so plain and boring. Maybe even something like that, just like I said, just to decorate it a little bit and give it a bit more personality. So that looks alright. I think that is the main bulk of this actual building work done. So yeah, I will be back in a moment with the interiors. I need to get that out. And I'm back. Now, we're going to work on the interiors, but first we're going to light up the outside a bit. Now, as a rule, I normally put torches either on the corners or around the windows, but as you can see here, I'm actually just putting it on the bricks because it's sort of it's a good place to put them, really, because it sort of fits in these places. Also notice it's not a particularly big manor house, but if you think about it, the manor house is just really where the Lord lives. It's not really like a official court or anything that happens. It's basically just, like I said, just where they live. And maybe they make a few decisions that affect the village, you know. But, you know, not that important. So, although they would have some small style events here, which is kind of what we're going to start working on now. Not an actual event, no, I'm not a political person. And, I'll have to fix the floor after doing this. There's a little table design that I've not actually used in this build yet, because, you know, upside down slabs and stairs is still a relatively new thing. It's a 360 edition. Stick some torches there, maybe. So I'll just fix the floor quickly. Get out of here. Right, there we go. Yeah. And now just for a very typical little chair design, it's just some of these. Just some stairs. Now we're going to leave this part blank because this is where we're going to build a sort of little throne. Now for those of you that don't know what a throne is, I'm not on about throne as in a toilet. I'm on about throne as in, you know, where the Lord or the King sits. And he addresses the people. They come up to him and say, My Lord, We are struggling down in the village. We aren't making enough food to feed our families. You've heard chavvy peasants go on about it, and we're all getting sick of it. Please, can something be done? And now then maybe the Lord would just reply, as long as it doesn't apply to me, it doesn't affect me, it doesn't concern me. Now, get out of my sight, filthy peasants. Yeah, 'cause I'm not known for improvising, alright? That was pretty bad. Now, thrones is no right or wrong way to do them. That's relatively simple design for a throne, and I'm gonna grab some wool again, because I can make this look straight away a lot better. So there. Yeah. This is like a little throne for the Lord to sit on. And yeah. So that's that. Now, upstairs, first of all we're going to light it up. Stick some doors in. I'll fix that later. It's not too bad, to be fair. Just try not to let my OCD go overboard. Obviously, I want a door onto the balcony. Now, up here is obviously where the Lord's going to live. Now, we're not putting any furnaces or any of that sort of things down because, you know, the Lord, they wouldn't do that themselves. They have servants to do that. So, yeah. Let's make a nice looking little bookshelf. Got like some little side shelves to store things on. Yeah, so we've got a little bookshelf there. And one thing they would have is they would have something to sort of wash their face in. Like a little wash basin. That is, like I say, something they would have. And maybe if we got a couple of dignitaries or a couple of guards, they'd probably sleep somewhere nearby. Now, I'll probably put a wall in at some point, probably across here. Or maybe here and just have it a bit of an odd shaped wall. But I suppose I could do that now, couldn't I? Because obviously you want to have some sort of partitioning, because it'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Otherwise. You got this really snobby lord and he's sharing his room with, you know, guardsmen. Such a thing would be unheard of. It would be, well, it would certainly be peculiar. I wouldn't go as far to say as it's, you know, illegal or anything, but, cause, you know, sometimes times are hard. You have to make do and mend, just like in Second World War. So that was a bit of a bad analogy. That. Is that even the right word, analogy? I don't know. I don't know a lot of things, contrary to popular belief. I actually know very little. I'm actually rather thick, come to think of it. It's a bit of a hard fact to take that. But it's true, unfortunately. I happen to be rather stupid. So, yeah. Got a little partition there. So, you know, maybe if there are foreign dignitaries, they got somewhere to stay, or maybe it is a couple of guards that are stationed just nearby, so they can keep an eye on everything, make sure everything's okay. Obviously, just put a door.